Yeah.
Okay, dream. It was like a birthday party out here, but I don't know why, what was really happening. But there was a whole bunch of people, and for some reason, there was like a storm coming, but it wasn't an actual storm. It was like an eye, but like it would.
Was the eye in the cloud?
No,
the shape of a cloud?
It was the whole entire sky.
Whoa.
And then Brittany and all them next door, they came over here, and after they came over here because they knew it was going to storm and stuff. So for some reason we hid in that corner over there, and Dad was out working, and there was a whole bunch of people. Nobody else besides us were looking at it. They could not see it or could not hear it or anything. It was like we're a ghost or something. But they came over here, went hid in the corner, and then I grabbed a candle for some reason, and then I went in that corner, and then I tried to pull out my phone, and it was like jelly. And then Dad came in the house running and said, "You need to hide it. You guys need to stay over here. Do not get up." And I was like, "Okay." So we did, and he literally went to pull out his phone. Jelly. It was like a squishy jelly, but like a stress ball. Which is like, crap, I left my phone outside. And he said, I ain't gonna go out there and get it because it was like a tornado coming. But it wasn't a tornado, it was like an earthquake kind of thing. But it wasn't an earthquake or anything. But, so, the whole entire earth, the whole entire house, all the way over here, started picking up, and then dragged us across there, and then there was tools, it was like the back of a truck, but it wasn't. And there was tools over there, and Dad said, "Go get that Italian thing." I was like, "What?" And he said, "Okay," but we were all the way up in the air, and you reached over to grab it. It was like a railing. So you at a concert, how there's a railing to 8 feet away from the stage of the famous people. It was like that over the sides of the thingy, right? The house-looking thing, truck. I don't know what it was called, but it was that. And then I held on to Dad's arm and because I was terrified. It was like a nightmare. And then it was like pitch black, but not pitch black. It was like a very, very dark blue, and it was Satan though doing it. I think, I'm not sure though. It could, because one side was all white and all pretty. The other side was all dark and all that. And we were going that way because we were going to go around the whole entire earth or something, because I really don't know what was really happening. So I held on to my dad's arm, and then we were up in the air, and you started to grab the tools and whatever, and then I woke up, and I felt like crying because it felt so real.
Wow. Hi guys, I'm coming on here. Today's 9/24. Prior to this, my daughter had a dream, and I've already posted it at the beginning of this, and I'm going to sit here and explain to you. And I got confirmation galore from this. And I'm going to be doing another video after this one too. Okay, so, alright, so going over her dream being a birthday party, even though it was not, okay, that represents like Halloween, Yom Kippur, Feast of Tabernacles, my son's birthday, which is October 3rd, which many have said that that's the true Yom Kippur, or that is the Yom Kippur, so Day of Atonement. It was some type of gathering, but she wasn't sure why or what, okay, but there was a ton of people, and those type of gatherings is when there's a bunch of people, right? Okay, and the reason I feel like it's a feast gathering or something of some sort around that timing is because of this other reason, okay? The storm, okay, and storm means winter, and winter means the rainy season, which also represents judgment, and it also represents hurricane, okay? And it was an eye, okay? And it's the all-seeing eye, like the Illuminati, the government, Satan. He's watching every move we make, which he has been. Same with God. He's watching down on each and every one of us, protecting us during the times of calamity. Okay, so we had Brittany, Xavier, and Cindy came over to my house, which my house represented the place of safety, okay? Like the ark, like in Noah's ark, okay? And we are spared from the storm that's going to take place. If you read in Revelations 3:10, it says we are spared from all these things that shall come upon the whole world. Okay, and we was hidden in the west end of the kitchen, okay? But what's funny is in the west end of our kitchen is where I always look out and watch the sunset. If I don't go outside and watch it, I stare out the window. It's always where I talk to God. I always look out there, you know, in its beauty. I watch the sunset, okay, from all that. And then that is where my daughter seen this storm coming, was in the west, okay? And it was clear out in the east as lightning, you know, shines to the east and goes into the west, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. Okay, and so no matter what evil, okay, even though we was over on the evil side, it doesn't matter because we were protected. You see what I mean? Though we were going through it, we were in our ark, okay, and nothing will harm us. Okay, no one was able to see it because they are blinded, right? And the mob, which is the protests and the mobs that's going on outside, the war that's coming, the virus, all that, okay? They don't see the change coming, and they don't realize that they are the change, changing with Satan, okay? They're the ones that are blinded. They're changing with the New World Order, okay? And Dad, which is my husband, was working outside, all right? Now, he was going about, this represents the going about the daily life, but then sudden destruction hits, right? And she said it was like a tornado, earthquake. We already see all this stuff happening, earthquakes in various places. We know that Yellowstone's been waking up, earthquake-wise. So it's just a matter of time when sudden destruction is going to hit. Okay, now, and then sudden destruction comes in time for all of us to be protected in the house and shelter, representing the ark, Matthew 24. As were the days of Noah, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. Okay, Olivia, which is my daughter's name, represents olive tree, okay, which also is Genesis 8:11, which also represents peace. There's a double meaning to this, okay? Like when the dove came back and plucked the olive leaf after the flood subsided. Okay, and we know that there's many different peace agreements that have been out. They've been trying to get the Arabs, the Palestinians, all the rest of them on board and stuff, and they're talking about the two-state solution. Okay, because that's what they've been wanting. Now, all right, so then she goes and she grabs a candle. And a candle represents remembrance and prayer. Also represents the light of God. Okay, you can read in John 1:1-51, which I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes into the Father except for me. Where the Word was, the Word is, the Word will always be. And goes on and so forth. Mark 13, 21 through 23, which I should probably read that. Let's see. Mark, what was it? 21, or Mark, hold on. Mark 13, (21 to 23) says, all right, unless the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh would be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he chose, he shortened the days. That's for us. Then if anyone says to you, look, here's the Christ, or look, he is there, do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will rise and show signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. And the elect is us. Okay, but take heed, see, I have told you all these things beforehand. Okay, and, all right, so I'm going to stop there, because you know how I get. Okay, and then we have Revelation 8, okay, which is 1 through 13, and that distinctively talks, you know, going to the 6th and 7th seal, okay. And now, I know a lot of people don't like hearing about that, but 2 Corinthians 11:14 talks about Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. The whole point is the candle represents God. And we see Satan that is trying to deceive people and has been deceiving people into believing this world's going to get better, into believing that the New World Order is the best thing, this vaccine is the best thing, these masks are the best thing. No, that's not it. Okay, so we go on right here, okay, where, okay, they pulled out their phones, right, and the phone was like jelly. Okay, now, this part struck me. Many have been saying, you know, they got confirmation about the EMP and nuclear, which very well could be. This is what I have been led through the meaning, so pray over this as always. It represents being too dependent on the world to give you the help you need. And we know that jelly is no good. All right. And jelly represents grapes, like the grapes harvest. Okay. And what do grapes get? Grapes get harvested and they get crushed. Okay. In the wine press. All right. And now it is completed, the grapes harvest, by the Feast of Tabernacles. All right, which goes, the plowing begins in Tishri 7, which is the first month, September, October, which we are in the first of the year, but yet the 7th month. Then you have the plowing and then planting again, which is from October, November, which is the 8th month. And it goes on into, just keeps going, okay? So the grape harvest begins July and August, okay? And this is when we've seen, when the peace treaties have been signed. The first one, August 12th, and then we've had more September. So, I mean, this is high watch time like never before, okay? So now, Dad coming in to our place represents Christ dwelling with us, okay, while the chaos goes outside. Now, the thing is, my husband's name is Jeremy, okay, and my daughter felt protected by him, and we all were protected because the house did not get lifted up or raptured, okay, with us, the body of Christ in it, if you see what I'm meaning, in the shelter, raptured up, being together, all in one accord, raptured up. My husband's name means lifted up. How amazing is that? Okay. Which his name is Jeremy, or it means exalted by God, okay? So then the jelly of his phone, okay, since he is God representing, it represents judgment and how he is the one that's going to crush them, the grapes, okay? So the rapture, you know, taking place. All right, now the tools represent protection, and it's also the... and how do we get protection? By the word of God and the armor of God, okay? Olivia clings to Christ for protection, okay? And the storm that came, okay, is lightning shineth into the east and goes into the west, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. Well, Satan was out there in the west, and he was already doing his storm on a normal day where people were gathering, having a fun time together of some sort, okay, at our house. And the only thing that I can think of that would be some type of that besides the feast days, my son's birthday is October 3rd, and he's going to be 11, and 11 means judgment. I just find that fascinating, okay? And then the railing, okay? What I find even more fascinating is the railing itself, as my daughter was talking about, was like a podium type of railing for famous people. Now, the railing, okay, that I've received is the election, okay? Because the president stands up at a podium, okay? And then you also have an antichrist that's going to stand and be a motivational speaker. Famous people, very well known, as she was saying. And then being an Italian thing represents the Middle East peace plan. So, yeah, pray over this as always. And, hold on. Okay, so now, this is Brittany. She is also a dreamer. She is my sister. She is the one that my daughter has dreamt about. She's the one that lives next door. This is my nephew Xavier, the one that, you know, we've dreamt about and had a lot of biblical meaning for his name. Today, she, after my daughter had all this dream and everything, I was coming home from her appointment and I got a phone call, and I want her to tell you what happened.
Okay, so I'm going to start in the beginning. So I was off for a couple days at work, so I slept throughout the night, and I slept and I didn't really get up at the time I normally get up. So when I got up, I was like super tired. So on the way back home, I was honestly falling asleep behind the wheel, but I wasn't like swerving or anything, so it's okay. So I was just falling asleep, and then I closed my eyes for like a quick second, and then when I opened them, I was basically going over a bridge, and like on the side of that other road, there's like bushes, and then when I opened my eyes, there was like the number 400, and then as soon as I read it, because I thought it was 40, but then I realized that it actually said 400. So then after I seen that, I heard the song on the Christian radio come on that, it said that Jesus is coming home. Or no, we're coming home, and it said Jesus and all that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I literally started crying. Like, I'm going to cry right now. But yeah, I had to hurry up and call my sister and tell her, because I knew God was talking to me, and I knew it. So.
Well, and the number 400 means to shout, to cry out, and to exclaim. So we are crying out and exclaiming. These are the very last final moments. We are about to go home, and Jesus is about to bust through them skies. Pray over this as always, and God bless.